welcome to the Stars of Comedy. I'm Akriti Tyagi. Our guest for today is of the opinion that comedy is one of the most sincere ways of entertaining and educating people. He further goes on to say, I connect with you, you connect with me, and we have a brilliant time together. He's been in the circuit for almost 10 years now. He won a very prestigious competition at the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles last year. He's recently shifted his base from Dubai to Mumbai after having signed a movie deal. Let's meet the man himself. Please welcome Nitin Miran.
A couple of years back, I did a show in London. Then this British guy comes to me, was like, "Hello, Nitin, you were great, mate. Listen, I have a question for you. Why is it? Why do all you Indian, not just of you, all of you, speak so fast all the time? Why?" Now, to my Indian brothers and sisters, next time somebody asks you this question, why Indian people talk fast, let them know that it's almost $2 a minute to call outside India. It is not a condition, it's a plan. And this is why I love being Indian, because in India, we make everything work for us. In India, if a cow stops on the road, it becomes a roundabout. We don't move the cow, we give directions using the cow. We call our friends and say, "Vikram, from the cow, you take a left. From the horse, you take a right. Ek kutta hai, uske piche main khada hu." That's me, that's me. Arey, kala kutta, that's me.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show, Nitin.
My pleasure, thank you.
So tell me, how did comedy happen?
Comedy happened, funnily enough, I've been doing this all my life. When I was growing up, I was a very shy kid. It's a very, very normal thing for comics to be. So I observed and I absorbed a lot when I was growing up. I didn't speak much. There were actually times when in my school people thought I could not speak because I was just shy. But I realized that I would not come up to you and say, "Hi, my name is Nitin." But if I have a good joke, I'll come and very nicely tell you that joke.
Sure.
So I knew from that time onwards that there was a bit of a streak. Sure. Then my drama teacher, who passed away a couple of years back, Mr. Sunil Hatangri, he said that, we need to get you on stage and give you a voice. So my first role or appearance on stage was I played Nehru's mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he thought that it would be correct for him to throw me directly into the deep water. Okay. So my first time on stage, I portrayed a woman, and that too Nehru's mother. So, it worked for me, and then that stage fright was gone.
Okay.
And yeah, I still remember one day I was sitting on my office laptop and just, on Facebook regularly, and I suddenly just typed my resignation and I said, "I'm done, I'm leaving." I took a leap of faith and I said, comedy is my calling, and by the grace of God, it worked and I'm here.
Yeah. How was it, breaking the news to the family? I mean, typical Indian parents, I'm guessing, was it like a shocker?
My father still doesn't know what I do for a living. My mother is slowly getting it. And one of my previous jokes, which is true, that I remember when I first started doing comedy, so my mom heard that I'm doing comedy and she called me, she's like, "Beta, what are you doing with your life? Your father is working in a bank, your brother is working in a bank. You are doing comedy. People will laugh at you." I was like, that's a good idea, Mom. That worked. So that's pretty much how, I get my sense of humor from my mom.
Okay.
And now it's just, and we are Sindhi, so my parents are pretty happy now because they get complimentary tickets. And I think that's it. That's what they're happy about. Tickets mil rahe, that's good. Indians and Pakistanis are the same. We young people should not say these things. It's racist. Because Indians and Pakistanis are not the same. Chinese people are. All look the same. There was a news in the China paper that they had a look-alike contest. Everybody won!
As I mentioned, you were basically based out of Dubai when you transitioned back to Bombay for a movie role.
Yeah.
How is it different? What is the basic difference between performing for a crowd in Dubai, Middle East, so to say, and then coming back home in India and then
See, to be honest, I'm very, very blessed to be performing and starting my comedy career in a place like Dubai in the Middle East.
All right.
Simply because of two reasons. One is I don't need offensive language to be funny.
Sure.
Because if you use offensive language, then they deport you. And I like living there. So that's number one. So my mantra that came up from Dubai is that I never offend the audience, I want to befriend them. Sure. So that works for me. Secondly is whenever you're performing in Dubai, you are actually performing to an audience which has an Indian, has a Pakistani, has a Russian, has a Chinese, has a local guy, has an Emirati guy. So you are literally performing to the world. You know, so you have to come up with jokes which are going to cater to all of them and you know, make at least make at least three of them laugh. So, so that has been very good because now, you know, touch wood, I've been performing all over the world and I've been able to, you know, perform to packed audiences and receive very good feedback without even being there. Because, you know, I've got a chance to interact with people from all over the world. So I owe Dubai, you know, big time.
Literally to be the platform.
To give me my calling, because comedy is not my career, it's my calling. Yeah. You know, so this is what I'm meant to do. So yeah, I'm very lucky to find at a very young age to know what I'm meant to do.
And then what is the, you know, difference, is it that you feel when you have to kind of cater to an audience which is basically intrinsically Indian as compared to an international audience which will obviously be with a very different mindset?
See, it's a very, very interesting magazine gave me a title which stuck. They call me a global comedian.
Hey, that's a nice
which is a global comedian who does local jokes. So I guess this is what it's all about. I mean, you've been to the show yesterday. You'll realize that my jokes are very relatable. They are so personal that they are generic. Yeah. You know, everybody in the audience, I mean, there are moments, if you watch the show, they'll go like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. But then he'll say, but he's right. You know, that happened to me last Tuesday. So that is the backbone of my comedy show. But having said that, you have to, as a comedian, you have to keep tweaking your jokes and you have to understand that you're going to a different city. Sure. You're basically a chef, you know. So if there's an audience who likes sushi, you can't give them dal chawal. You know what I mean? And then say the audience is not that great. So you got to sort of constantly push the boundaries and, you know, I mean, from the time I land into any city, my ears and eyes are open. You know, I keep making notes and I keep, you know, keep noticing stuff. And I think that is what connects the audience right away. Because as soon as I say something about, you know, your city, you automatically become my friend. Yes. And you go like, "Arey, ye to, you know, he's made an effort. So let's listen to him." And once we are friends, then everything is good.
So one gets to, you know, being in the field, one gets to see that a lot of comedians, it takes a lot of time for them to churn out new material.
Right.
Where do you draw your inspiration from?
The thing about, you know, comedy is it's all around us, you know, and right now observational comedy is on its high, you know. So if you talk about things that you have observed, you will realize that there are people in the audience who have also observed the same thing at a certain period of time. If I'm talking about my uncle, there is one of those uncles in every family.
Definitely.
You know, so so it's highly the fact that, you know, you got to keep your eyes and ears open. Unfortunately, we are in a world right now where everything is fast. You know, everybody wants a 1-hour massage in 10 minutes. People don't have the time. But as comics, I think we don't have a filter. Yeah. So when you're doing comedy, you sort of, you know, God is in the details. So you catch those small details, you catch those small nuances. You know, you notice that auntie and you notice the fact that why all the aunties are always dancing on Genda Pool in every Sangeet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, as an outsider, I notice that. So when I bring that up, people go like, oh yeah, that actually happened.
It's actually honing your observations.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess, you know, observation is something that, you know, we all are blessed with, and I highly promote the fact that people should really just relax and observe.
Sure.
Punjabi guys are so, like, they go, this is how they compliment a woman. They go there, state the obvious and come back. This is a Punjabi guy trying to pick up a girl. Like, for example, Rini, black dress. She's like, hello? Black dress, huh? Where's the compliment? She knows she's wearing a black dress. She bought it from Zara on sale. Would you leave Sachin for Shah Rukh? Oh, yes. Now see, this is how cunning women are. I'll ask you, would you leave for Sunny Leone? You want to, but you will never say yes.